Is the framing good?
So for you, Elion, what is the process of creating a song?
So when I'm creating a song, I usually think about what mood I want my song to be in. So if I want it to be happy, then I'll find some major chords. If I'm feeling a little heartbroken, I'll do some minor chords. Yeah, I just think of the feeling that I want to give to the listeners.
Where do you find your inspiration for your songs?
I usually find my inspiration from past experiences. Like for example, let's say you get into a little heartbreak, that could make a hit song. I get inspired by that and I write a little heartbreak song. By the way, guys, Responde is out now. Go listen to it.
When you're making a song with live instruments, what is the process of making music with the live instruments? Is there a certain order you have to follow?
Sure. It's really dependent on what we're working on, right? If I'm working with a musician or a full band, I may start with the drums, right? There's a certain order that you want to take in terms of recording. In a band scenario, you want to start with drums and the bass. That's the foundation of your music, of your song, right? I like to get myself comfortable with the band and the group beforehand. So I try to listen to the music before they show up to the studio.
What's the atmosphere like during the recording session?
That varies. Depends on the day, the cycle, the month, where everyone's at, really. I've been in different environments in where a studio session started at 10 o'clock at night and ended at 7 o'clock in the morning. And we got almost nothing done. Because it was kind of a club environment, right? The artists didn't show up to work. The artists showed up to have a good time with friends, show them demos of work they've done in the past, really just mingle. It turned into a networking session for a lot of people. Then you have the flip side to that, and you start working with artists who are coming in with a budget and they have a defined goal and they're ready to work.
So for you, with working with musicians and different personalities, how do you deal with that?
That's a great question. I think personalities are, there's thousands of them, right? And you're only one person. And I think the best way to work through working with different personalities is to do as much work as possible. There's just a lot of personalities in the industry. So the best way to approach that is maybe going back to one of my first gems, which is read the room. You walk into a studio room and you look around, and if everyone's silent, you come in going, "What's good, everyone? I'm your engineer." They don't know you like that. Musicians are finicky, they're artistic, they're trying to be vulnerable in the studio, but they also may have some confidence issues, right? You're putting yourself out there when you're recording, when you're in the studio, when you're trying to create your artwork. The worst thing you can do is try to impose yourself on them. Let them tell you that I'm having a hard time with this song. I'm finding it difficult to work on this song. I'm not sure about this lyric. Let them tell you where they're at. You can't change someone's personality. You can just learn how to work through it, right? And if you can learn how to maneuver and kind of become a chameleon and kind of morph into the person that can help bring the best out of that person, then you're the person who's going to get the job next.
What's the difference between mixing and mastering?
I'd say the main difference between mixing and mastering is there's more of an art to mixing. Mastering is just for the average listener, mix engineers just get the sound ready and everything ready for streaming platforms and just to listen.
What is the primary focus during the mixing process?
I would say the primary focus is to have a good mix, to hear all the components together. Nothing stands out, nothing's too quiet, everything's just right.
What would be your advice to give into someone learning how to mix?
My advice would be listen to your ears. If it sounds good, then just don't overthink it and think about what devices and things you were listening on.